Hey, what's going on, guys? Chris Chavez here with Phandroid.com. We're here at OnePlus's event, their little satellite event that they got going on over here in San Francisco, taking a look at the recently announced OnePlus 2. Now, the phone's been the subject of many leaks and lots of teasing these past couple of months, but here it is in the flesh, and it's 100% official. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick hands-on, kind of cover some of the rough hardware that they got going on here, because the phone is it's quite the looker. I mean, it feels a lot better than it did in some of those leaked pictures, and that's kind of saying something. So on the front here, it's got a 5.5-inch 1080p display. It's IPS, JDDI manufacturer. Really nice. It's not too saturated or anything. Reminds us a lot of the Nexus, which we don't really mind because the color reproduction is a lot better than some of the oversaturated hues of like AMOLED on the Galaxy S6 and all that stuff. But that's pretty much the only conservative spec, I guess you can say. Everything else, they kind of went balls to the walls. Inside you have a Snapdragon 810 processor, and there's the phone comes in 16 gigabyte or 64 gigabyte varieties, 4 gigabytes of LDDR4 RAM, so the fastest RAM available, 4 incredible gigabytes. It also has 3,300 milliamp hour battery, pretty darn big. On the back here, you'll notice there's a 13 megapixel camera with laser autofocus, and the camera, or the lens anyway, it's some kind of 6-layer lens that kind of helps with color aberrations and distortion and stuff like that. So it does have OIS, which is really nice. I'm not really sure on the accesses, how many accesses it's got, but it does have OIS, which is better than nothing. On the bottom, you're going to notice here, it's got a USB Type-C. That's kind of the phone's other claim to fame. It's one of the only manufacturers we've seen kind of go all in on USB Type-C, and we couldn't be more happy. It's going to be the new standard moving forward to replace micro USB. So awesome to see a manufacturer finally get on that. There's a fingerprint button here on the front. It doesn't really click or anything, which is interesting. It just kind of detects it, and you can use it as a home button as well. You can turn that off if you don't like it. You got capacitive buttons here, which can be customizable as well, or you can use on-screen buttons. The software is pretty crazy, but we'll go over that in a later video. The back can kind of be removed here, and you can see there's a bunch of different style swap covers. Those are making a return for the OnePlus 2. Let me go ahead and pop those out. It's a lot easier to take off than last year's. Pretty flexible. This is like the sandstone. You got some kind of rosewood. There's a Kevlar with the soft touch that's very similar to like the Droids. Some type of dark wood, which is they call apricot, and then bamboo as well. And you can kind of see what the phone looks like here naked. It doesn't have a non-removable battery, so you cannot remove it. And there is no micro SD card slot, but it does have dual SIM, so you know, that's cool, I guess. Yeah, but you can see here there's this kind of metal band that kind of wraps around the sides here. It's nice. It only comes in one color, so it's not like Motorola's phones where they have a lighter color silver and then a dark gunmetal. It's just one model here with the dark gunmetal, which we don't really mind too much. Another interesting thing about the hardware is they have this volume like silencing button slider here. It's similar to like what we've seen on the iPhone 6, where they just have like silent or non-silent mode, but these kind of had to go through the 3 Android volume profiles. So you have, go ahead and turn that back on again. You can see here, so this is all notifications, slide it up once, priority, which is everything but alarms, and then no interruptions, even alarms. So pretty awesome, pretty cool, and especially if you just want to quickly change the volume. I think it's awesome that they have it on there. We don't really see that from many other manufacturers. It's actually one of my favorite things about the iPhone these past couple of years. And yeah, so that's kind of just it with the rough hardware specs. The phone is going to be launching August 11th in the US, in Europe and India. It's priced at $330 for the 16 gigabyte model, or $389 for the 64 gigabyte. So under $400 for a 64 gigabyte, incredible flagship phone. I mean, it's just absolutely nuts. These style swap covers are going to be priced around $27 a piece, and those will be available at launch as well. They will have USB Type-C, USB cables available too, which will be priced. They won't going to be anything too crazy. They said they're actually going to be selling them at cost because they kind of want to push forward the USB Type-C adoption. So that's just a quick look at the OnePlus 2 and its hardware. Stay tuned for another video where we're going to cover some of the more unique software features that they have with Oxygen OS. So with that, I'm Chris Chavez with Phandroid.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.